Hello! Please tell me the sound is working. I think it is. You know, it's more complicated with Skype and everything set up because we've got a special guest this evening, which I'll be coming to in a few moments. Wow, it's hot. Is it hot where you are? I'm sweating here. Got some new merch, by the way. These will be available on the website very shortly. Selection of different colours. I don't think red is my colour, to be fair, but hey, why not? It's also a little bit wet because I've just had a water fight with the kids, which is actually quite refreshing. Anyway, let's do a quick few hellos, and then I'm going to give you a very quick update on Best Roof Box, give you an update on the earnings, and then I've got a special guest, Shaun, who is a fellow YouTuber. He's got an upcoming channel, so you'll find a link to his channel in the description of this stream. So people are saying I'm very low on my audio. Let me just turn it up a little bit. Is that it? Is that any better? The volume is still low. Well, I've turned it up full blast, so don't know if I can go much louder. Turn the volume up at your end. Okay, hang on. Let me just adjust this over here. We could try the other mic, hang on. Is that any better? Let me just check over here. Your volume won't go any higher, that's weird. Perfect, good. This mic let me down again. Anyway, let's crack on. So yeah, let's do a few hellos. Yeah, I can hear myself now really loud over there. Hello to Tosh. Good to see you. Tosh, just a little thing. That power adapter that I got for the Canon died just earlier. I've used it about 5 times. So the cheap Chinese one, it was no good. I'm going to get a Canon official one. David says I'm too loud now. Just turn it down at your end. Hello to Walt, J5. Phil, good to see you. Jeremy, good to see you. Nick, hello. Jay, all the regulars are in tonight. Hello to you. Richard, Michelle, Josh, wow. Tornado was good to chat earlier. Helen, we'll be keeping an eye on you all tonight. Hello. Wabistics. And who else have we got? Pete, hasta la vista. Good to see you. What's up, boss? I believe you've had Shaun on your channel before. But anyway, if I missed you off, don't take it personally. Sorry, I've just been scrolling through. There's been a lot of people chatting this evening. Let's get on the computer and I'll quickly give an update on Best Roof Box and then we'll bring Shaun in. I've got a few questions for him, but he will, of course, be hopefully answering your questions as well. So let's do a little transition. Okay, so Best Roof Box, I have done some work on it. Amazingly, you can see that there's a few articles. They're the pickup truck ones that we were talking about. Oh, hang on, let's switch back to the other mic. Oh, God, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've done a bit of work on Best Roof Box. Go check it out for yourself. It's the pickup ones, which aren't really roof boxes. They're for the back of boxes, but back of trucks even. But you know, you get the idea. So yeah, go check it out. In terms of analytics, traffic is leveled off. To be fair, but it's still showing an increase of 20%. I don't know what's going on. There's been a lot of Google updates, hasn't there, recently? I know Carl's been posting about them. So I don't know if that's having an effect or just people are, you know, less interested in roof boxes right now. I don't know. But in terms of earnings, this month I think is going to be the same as last month. Again, it looks like it's going to head, you know, just north of $1,000, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the update. Short and sweet. Wheel along, not much to report. I've commissioned loads of articles to be written. Some are starting to trickle in now, so I'm publishing them. So there'll be a full update on that soon. One thing I should also say is that there's not going to be any stream next week. I'm away, so I may try and do it via a phone, but you know what I'm like with technology. That might not work, so we'll see. The right side, exactly. Anyway, Shaun, are you ready?
Yeah, mate.
Right, so I'm going to bring Shaun in. I'll let him introduce himself. I know a lot of you are familiar with him, but if we do a little transition, you should be able to bring him in like this. Hey, there he is.
Is it working?
I think so. Did everyone see him? The first person to let me know that you can see him wins a prize. I'm also going to adjust the mic again. For some reason, it keeps defaulting back to the wrong mic.
Sorted. Shall I just go then? Or...
Yeah, so Shaun, thank you for joining me this evening. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know bits. I've watched some of your videos and we had a chat earlier. But yeah, fill everyone and get everyone up to speed in terms of
yeah, no worries.
Who you are and all that stuff.
Basically, I started internet marketing back in 2012 now as a hobby. It was very late 2012, and then I stuck with it, just doing churn and burn stuff with Kindle and YouTube, some Black Hat YouTube stuff. And it was more of a hobby, just something to do in my downtime. Then in 2015, I think I got up to over $3,000 in a month just with churn and burn stuff. So I saw potential in it. And then in 2017, I decided to try and make a career of it. I was in the Air Force at the time, handed my notice in, and then Google rolled the Penguin 4 update out and the Fred update within about 4 months of each other, and it killed everything I had. So income dropped to zero, and then everything's been going pretty well since then until the wobble last night. But that was just a bug apparently. So hopefully everything will be onwards and upwards from here.
Oh, it was just a bug. So what happened last night? I've not been keeping a track of it. What happened?
It was, yeah, I didn't get to sleep until like 4 o'clock. That's why I'm so tired. I don't know. John Mueller's suggesting it's a bug, but he doesn't actually know. But traffic on my analytics and rank tracker, everything dropped for about 4 hours, and then it's back to normal. We're nearly back to normal now. So it does just look like it was a bug. I've been talking to other people who had the same effect, and they've all said their traffic is close to normal as well. So hopefully it's not an update. It was just a problem.
So have Google made a statement about it or not?
John Mueller responded to the guy who runs one of the SEO blogs on Twitter, but they haven't put an official statement out yet. I'll keep checking the webmaster Twitter for Google, the official one, but they're just keeping their head down right now. I'm not surprised, to be honest. There was a lot of angry people last night, especially the guys who actually own SEO agencies and have clients and stuff. So not surprised they're keeping a bit quiet, whoever made the problem.
So what was the first thing that made you get into the whole internet marketing thing? Was there something you saw, or was there a course or an advert? What was it?
One of my friends, it was a guy when I was in the Air Force. He was my shift buddy. There was like 2 junior ranks on the shift, and he was the other one. And he was just always on one of the forums on his phone. And one day I just was asking him, why are you always on that website? And it was just how to make money online. And then we started reading it. And I'm an engineer by trade, so just fault finding and stuff like that, I really enjoy it. It's proper geeky, but I don't know why, I just really like it. And then just spiraled from there, especially with the churn and burn stuff before Penguin 4, because it was Google's algorithms were directly trying to counter it each time, so you had to start again. So that was why it was kind of my hobby, just to try and
beat Google basically. Yeah,
exactly that. And then,
but now now you've cleaned yourself up, I suppose would be one way of saying it, and you try and do things above board. So what's your approach now to affiliate marketing? Because you have been documenting it on your YouTube channel, but to people that haven't been watching it, what's your approach now to making money online?
All but 3 now. I've just started a new one. Do have backlinks, but some people don't class guest posts and niche edits and stuff like that as black hat, but personally I do. So the majority of my portfolio is still black hat. It's just not based around automation. It's all manual backlinks. Whereas until about 2017, literally everything I did was automated with auto-generated content and stuff like that. But
yeah, I was going to ask that. So now your approach to content is you've used writers, real people, to create reasonably good content, I guess.
That's for the money site. That I did used to use some. Towards the end of 2016, I did used to use human writers for some of the automated content, and then I'd have a bot post that out. But the writers I'm using right now, that's all money site content, as in it's on my blog to pull traffic from Google and make me money.
So you're going for kind of a decent quality of content there.
Yeah. It's like it's a bit painful to go from what I used to pay the guys on Upwork to what I'm paying buy sell text, but it's got to be done. They're more reliable as well. I literally just send them the templates and then they send me an article back, and so it's just easier with my goals right now.
Yeah. So how much do you give your writers in terms of a template? What kind of detail do they get?
With the template, I used Surfer SEO templates until last month, and
I think I saw your video on Surfer SEO. You were putting something together.
The content editor part of that tool is so useful if you're outsourcing content to writers, because you can create a full template very quickly. But this month's content order, it's just so niche specific that Surfer, there wasn't really a point in using it because it'd take more time to build out the templates, and it was just basically copy and paste the same thing over and over. But next month I will be putting content orders in again, so I might go back to Surfer because it'll be more broad keywords for next month, and it just saves so much time being able to press a button and it builds most of it for you and then paste a little bit in.
It does look really cool. Just quickly, Helen just has asked, did you say buy sell text? I think you said buy sell text.
The audio dropped there. I heard Helen.
Yeah, it's
buy sell text. That's who I use.
And they're really good, aren't they? I've not even heard of them.
I like them. They only started on a forum. It's based around a girl. She started with a Fiverr gig, and then she was the highest rated writer on Fiverr, and then she moved into the forums to push more traffic, and now she's got her own writing agency. So I used her back in the day when it was literally you put your order in on Fiverr, and now she's got her own agency that she owns.
Okay. Bear with me a second. Okay, this is the website. Let me just put this up. There's no one here, Robin, is there? And I'm working. Hello. God. Oh, the joy of kids. Do apologise. My little girl just needed the toilet. She needs it about 5 or 6 times when she goes to bed, of course. Anyway. It's not as bad as when she was really small and I tried to do a live stream. Some of you will remember that one. Where she was sitting on my lap for the majority of it crying. Yeah, it wasn't a good stream. Anyway, so we're talking about content. Yeah, I just flashed up the website there, buyselltext.com. It looks really good. Definitely going to have to go check that out.
They are quite expensive for content, to be fair. You can get it cheaper if you just go to Upwork or something. Just takes a lot of time.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. It's looking at, for the best quality is, 8 cents a word, is it?
Oh, I literally use the cheapest one. With their pricing structure, it's more research time that you pay for rather than actual quality of the grammar and the spelling and stuff. So if it's like a technical article and you want the guy to go off and research it, then pay for the higher stuff. But I just use the cheapest one for my current site. It's like 2.5 cents a word, I think.
Yeah, that's what I can see. Yeah, 2.5 cents. Okay, so Walt feels like we've jumped a bit deep already, which is fine. We did get a little bit deep there. So he's kind of looking for a more bigger picture of your methods. So, for example, with mine, it's I do a little bit of niche research on Amazon. I find some products that are of a reasonable value, that have a reasonable commission rate. I then do a bit of searching around on Google to get an idea of competition, and then I build an affiliate site, basically full of articles. What's your kind of big picture approach to your sites? Is it similar to that?
My new one's pretty much exactly that. The one I started the 1st of August, I'm not planning on building backlinks anytime soon. But historically, I'd pretty much do the same as you, but I'd throw in 10 to 20 higher competition, higher search volume keywords as well. and then I'd
Okay.
put backlinks and guest posts and forum posts and stuff like that to those, and then hopefully rank the high competition keywords as well, but passively increase the overall domain strength to bring all of the pages up as well in the SERP to get traffic that way. It
Okay.
does still work quite well as well, in all honesty. Just with this new one, just want to move away from backlinks just for one project, just to try and not get penalized by future Google updates.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. By the way, people, if you have got questions for Shaun, then do drop them in the chat, and I'll try and pick them out as they scroll past me. Carl has got to go. Carl Broadbent. He's a big fan of yours, he says.
Oh, he's a good guy, Carl.
Yeah, he's got his own YouTube as well. I guess you've been watching that. So yeah, Carl's done some great stuff. I don't know if you've used his service. He does a keyword service, which is really good.
I've seen some of his stuff on YouTube. Totally agree with him ditching his SEO plugin. I'm sick of telling people that. People overly rely on stuff like Yoast and Rank Math and that, but I seen he put a video out, might be a month ago or something now, about how he deleted his.
So you don't use any
like
SEO plugins? No.
Nah, I haven't used them for years, man. It's even Yoast. Do you go on Reddit much or not?
No, not really.
No, there's a thread on Reddit from a while ago now, and it's actual mathematicians going into how Yoast actually used the wrong calculation for keyword density anyway. So people are trying to get the little green box, and it's not even the right calculation. But yeah, I haven't used anything like that for years.
To be fair, I don't worry about those scores or traffic lights or any of that stuff anymore. But so what do you use for like your XML sitemap at the basic level, or your schema markup, that kind of stuff?
Sitemap, I just use, I can't remember the plugin name. I think it's literally just called Google XML Sitemap. It's not officially by Google, or it might just be XML Sitemap. It's just a standalone plugin. And metadata and stuff like that, I don't use it. In the niches that I work in, when I go off and check the competing sites, no one's using custom meta descriptions or anything like that anyway. I didn't even know people were still like using that, to be honest. It's like quite a old school thing.
Yeah, and Google ignores most of it anyway, doesn't it?
A long time.
I'm just thinking of like there's more complex kind of schema that you can add. For example, if you've got an FAQ page, you can mark it up as an FAQ. And
I don't have any. Some of the articles will have FAQ sections, but I don't have dedicated pages or anything like that.
No.
Or like recipe pages, but again, you can use standalone recipe plugins for that.
Yeah, and I think Google is now getting to the point where it's able to work out a lot of this stuff anyway without you having to tell it. In fact, it doesn't like being told. It likes to work stuff out itself.
I don't know if you know, or you're not on Reddit. One of the guys on Reddit, he's reporting a bug with Google. If you have the snippet, Google's that clever, it literally skip your entire article and just take them directly to the section they need. So it skips all your ads and affiliate links. It's been doing similar stuff for a while to a subheader, but now it'll go literally paragraph level. I haven't seen it myself, though. It's just what I've seen people report on Reddit.
Yeah, soon they'll just pull all the content out of the articles and just show it on Google, and no one will ever have to click through anywhere. And
man.
Then we'll all be in trouble.
Diversification is key. That's what I'm working on right now.
All right. So what are your thoughts on that? What, trying to be less reliant on Google?
Yeah. I'm trying Pinterest right now. Have you ever played with Tailwind?
I have. I got a bit confused with that and tribes and all that stuff. Yeah,
I started it a few months ago, and then I got food poisoning, so I was poorly for 2 weeks, and then I recently picked it up again. I'm a big fan. It's so time efficient. But I'm doing tests just with YouTube because I don't think I've ever used Pinterest before until a few months ago. And I'm getting the hang of it, and then I'll probably next month I'll start putting pins out for this new blog that I started at the start of this month. Get traffic from Pinterest and Google, hopefully, just to diversify.
Well, I'm sure you'll be doing some videos on that, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that. I got lost with Tailwind and all that. I tried. I got into it, and I think they actually renamed the tribes thing, haven't they? They realised that might be controversial after.
Yeah, I saw an email, but I get so many emails now.
They've changed the name, but.
Yeah,
I was finding it a struggle to get people to kind of repin my stuff, but maybe because it was about roof boxes, it was a bit dull. But I don't know. Does Pinterest work with dull subjects?
The site I made in May this year, I tried Pinterest with that, and it's just not a Pinterest niche, so it didn't work. Gets like 20 hits a day or something from Pinterest, but hopefully this new domain that I've just started, there's some sub niches there that will work on Pinterest, but I don't know.
I think I can imagine anything in fashion or cakes, just anything that looks visually nice. But
yeah. But,
that just reminds me actually of MBMK. I saw you drop in earlier. Now MBMK won one of my sites in one of my site giveaways, and that site was in the soil testing niche. I mean, can you think of a better niche for Pinterest than soil?
For Google traffic, that's quite specific, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Google search.
And I wanted to announce that we were chatting the other day. He's already had his free Amazon sales. He's got some content up there, so that definitely deserves a little horn, I think. That's still working. So well done. But he was asking me, there's not much commission in a soil testing kit because they're about $20 or something. So he is diversifying out a little bit because, if you go slightly wider, there's lots of tools like fertilizer spreaders and other things that you can use to improve your soil. So once you've tested it and realised that it's no good, then there was other diversity. And in fact, you could diversify even more into more gardening type stuff. And
yeah, I was just about to say, is the domain name specific to testing or just gardening in general?
No, it's ismysoilgood.com is the site.
Oh, right.
So it's kind of soil focused.
Niche. That's a problem that I've got with two of my sites. That they're not that niche, but it's similar domain name where it's laser targeted. So it's just a nightmare to expand it. With the two newest ones, it's just a broad niche name that I use now. So I can just keep scaling and scaling.
But I'm always in two minds whether you go really specific on the niche and, you can just whack 50 articles up there. You can get Google ranking quickly because there's no competition because you're so specific. And then you get to that point and then you just either sell that site or just put it in the bank and move on to the next one rather than trying to compete, because I'd imagine a gardening site, for example, would be tricky because there's some big gardening sites out there. And maybe there's a balance of the two.
Is make smaller sites rather than massive content sites, just 100 pages max, and then move on to the next one. The site I've just started, I probably will keep as just something to keep busy with, but from probably next year, I just want to make smaller, less than 100 pages, micro niche, very specific, and then move on to the next one, then the next one, just to reduce risk. Were you hit by anything in the 4th of May update this year?
No, I didn't see anything.
One of my niches got hit by that, and I'm fully expecting that to be pushed into other niches. That's why I actually thought the book last night was. I thought was that being pushed into more niches. But
have you got any idea? What was the niche? Can you give us a clue what the niche was?
Tech.
Okay.
That's the parent niche. I don't give my niche out like that out.
No, of course.
But,
I mean,
I do think that will be pushed into other niches.
I'm one of the rare people on YouTube, it seems, that actually share my niches, which is pretty silly, but it gives me lots to talk about, and people are very interested. And people do copy, because I see sites being set up following my tutorials, and they're basically the same. There'd be like roof rack ones or whatever, but that's fine. And I guess the other risk is negative SEO could possibly be a thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, thing is, though, to be honest, like my highest income site, it looks like someone scanned it with Hrefs and is trying to duplicate that. And I saw one of Carl's videos a few weeks ago, he's got the same issue. Someone's basically duplicating his site. So even if you don't confirm your site, there's always a risk because of tools like Ahrefs and Moz and SEMrush and stuff like that.
Exactly. There's enough tools to do it. It's just, I don't know.
Just finding it and then saying, I'm going for that one.
I always think that it always makes great content. Whatever happens, if someone did copy my site, I'd make videos about it. In fact, there was a post that Income School put up the other day, and it looked like they were doing something to do with roof racks and roof boxes. So that would be
really?
Yeah.
They're just trying to dominate everything now, though. Like
they are.
Every you think of, they seem to be expanding.
But a lot of people on our channels are very. They probably started on Income School and Doug Cunnington.
Yeah, definitely. The amount of people. The amount of questions. That's how I found your channel, actually. People on Black Hat World were asking us about Income School and your channel, and that's how I found you.
Oh, okay. But, I need to get on there. There's people talking about me.
Income School.
And I need to get on Reddit. I'm missing out, definitely. Let's do a couple of questions, and then I've got a few more questions for Shaun. Zakira says, so roof box is a sub-niche, not a niche, right? Well, yeah, I guess so. The niche would probably be cars.
Yeah, definitely. Transport of cars would be parent niche. But again, you can go as narrow as you want, really. But I'd say cars would be its parent niche.
Justin asks, how do you block specific bots? I think you do that with your robots.txt, do you?
Yeah, if you want a quick and easy way to do it, you can get a plugin called Spider Spanker. It's literally you click a button and it does it all fire, and it'll block mods and hrefs and all that.
Spider
But
Spanker. Wow, what a name.
yeah. Some guy on Warrior Forum made it. There's a few free ones as well, but I can't remember their names. I've got like a lifetime license to Spider Spanker, so I always use that.
Okay, cool. Hasta la vista boss, or Adrian, and you know him.
Yeah.
He just mentions that with Tailwind, you've got to be careful. He knows 3 friends who got banned.
Yeah, I've seen so Phil, I think it was. I know he comments on your channel, but he's on Reddit. Like I taught him on Reddit. I'm sure he said one of his Pinterest accounts just got banned, and I think he said it was because of Tailwind or something. But I wasn't actually using Pinterest then, so I didn't really read his thread. But I'm sure he said he thinks it's because of Tailwind or something to do with that.
Yeah, I think it can look spammy because you can put out a lot of pins
there
really
is,
quickly, can't you?
Yeah, but like I was trying that, like the old school black hat, just smash it out. But there is something that flashed up saying you're putting too many pins out per day, and then it does stop you. So I don't know if that's something they've put in since people started getting banned because of their tool or something. Like I said, I've only started using it properly a few days ago.
Okay. Yeah, I think you could be spammy. You just got to. It's like all these things, all these tools, they're great, but you just got to be careful with them. And
yeah, exactly.
Just think, and what am I doing? Does this look spammy?
Just try and
because
mimic
it does. It might
human interaction.
Exactly. So Kira says, Roofbox only gets 700s a month. I saw it with keywords everywhere. What's your thoughts on keyword tools and the numbers that they provide?
I quite like keywords everywhere, to be fair. If I try and add up all the keyword variants that an article could be ranking for, it's usually quite close. But first position only gets about 30 to 40% of traffic of that suggestion anyway. But like I've mentioned a few times, keywords surfer and keywords everywhere, they have vastly different suggestions sometimes. And then stuff like Ahrefs has never been even close for me. When I had my Ahrefs subscription, it was either massively high or massively low. There, I don't know how they work out their predicted traffic, but it's never been even close for me. But yeah,
how do they work it out? Because they don't actually have data from Google, do they?
Yeah, a lot of people buy clickstream data, but a lot of tools claim to do that at least, but because clickstream data is expensive and then their keyword suggestions are very different. So it's like, well, someone's lying here because all the suggestions are different. So yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Always take those numbers with a pinch of salt. But I think my main point with that would be anyway, that when I do my websites, I'm never going for that two word, 3-word keyword, like the main keyword Roofbox.
Yeah.
A, because there's a lot of competition on that. B, because people that type in Roofbox, they're not as far along the buying cycle as I'd like them to be. They're kind of just thinking about a Roofbox. Whereas someone who types in Roofbox for a Subaru Outback, which happens to be my number one keyword at the moment in terms of bringing traffic in a number one article, those people are about ready to buy a Roofbox for their Outback, you know. So in terms of my advice, I wouldn't worry about the numbers, and B, don't go for those top level keywords. Go for something a lot deeper, the long tail, the 4, 5, 6, 7 word phrases, because
definitely
they're easy to rank for and people buy.
A lot of the traffic for my site from 2018, I built one towards the end there. Keywords everywhere says it gets 0 search volume, and it's bringing those keywords are bringing in between, I think the average is 50 hits a month, but this is buyer intent content, like you said, that that site's operating at just over $80 per 1,000 hits. So even though it's saying it gets 0 searches, they're averaging about 50 each, and then 1,000 hits is $80 on that site. So even though it's saying 0 traffic prediction, you can still action it sometimes and get traffic.
I think certainly if it's coming up as a Google suggestion, it's probably definitely worth
exactly.
it.
That's basically, last month I typed out 30 something keywords, and that's how I sourced them with Google Auto Suggest.
Yeah, Google suggested them, then someone has typed that in at one point. A couple more questions coming in. I just saw it. It was from Tornado, I think it was, and he basically said, can you share some good Reddit links? I mean, maybe you could put some in the comments or just say some right now and people can maybe make a note of it.
Subwise, I think Just Start's the only one that's still good. It's so, like, historically with Reddit, there was the SEO sub that was really good a few years ago, and then people new to SEO started going on it and just typing stuff that is their opinion rather than stuff that they've actually tested. And then they get really offended if you called them out and said that's not right, or can you back that up? So they made big SEO, which is like another sub. So people went to that, and then the same thing happened. And then they made tech SEO, same things happened again. So I just go on Just Start now, and it's more case studies though. It's not really beginner friendly. You've got to do a lot of reading if you want to go on there.
Just Start. Okay, well that sounds good. I'm going to get into my Reddit a little bit more. It sounds like a great place to learn and meet some good contacts.
Yeah, it's a really good sub. It's got a good case study going right now.
Okay. Is that someone that shares their niche? Because in terms of your channel, you do share all your revenue and all that kind of stuff. That's a regular video for you, but you always keep exactly everything. You keep all your domains and niches hidden.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing a public case study?
I have, but right now I'm just focusing on scaling. In the future, I might do one, but the issue is it's basically as soon as I put money into it, it's wasted money because it's a burnt niche and people will potentially try and rip it off. So that's my thinking right now. But in the future, the
other angle though is it's loads of great YouTube content and that could build up you.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people saying that, but yeah, it's just I need the money to scale my main sites right now because I've just got this goal that I've had forever that I want 10 grand in US dollars a month, and then I feel like I make it because even though right now I make more now than I did when I was in the Air Force, but I still work every day, still not get hopefully 2 articles out every day.
Yeah, you still play that video game though. You go for a little break on your game. But that actually brings me nicely on to my next question, which is, which you've kind of just answered it. My question was, do you earn a full-time income? Well, you earn more than you did in the Air Force, so I guess it did. In the thumbnail today, I put 3,500 plus, and Carl quickly piped up and said, "Oh, he earns way more than that."
Yeah.
So how close?
That now.
Yeah. Okay. So that's nearly 7. So you're getting very close to that $10,000 a month.
Last month, including YouTube, I think like $50 shy of $6,000. The last 4 months, I've been either around between 5 and 6 grand, I think, or very close to 5 grand in US dollars. If I'm saying income, like, income currency, I mean, I'm talking in US dollars, not British pounds. But,
it always sounds better if you do that.
yeah, exactly. But it's just like because I'm involved in crypto, where I used to be involved in crypto, and like USD is the unofficial currencies used in them, so it's just easier. My brain just thinks in US dollars now.
Are you still holding or hodling?
I've got some, but not much. I literally sold my Bitcoin before this new rally started, so a bit sour about that.
Yeah, it's rallying and nicely, but it's on that many a time.
I will probably buy more. I do think, especially if Jack Dorsey, the guy who invented Twitter, he's doing a lot with Bitcoin now. He kind of is trying to take over, so see what he can do with it.
Well, who knows? Maybe it will go to 100 grand a coin one day. We'll never.
Yeah, maybe.
It's worth holding a little bit, I think. I've still got a little bit. Definitely. I've had some, bought some, always selling at the wrong point, always buying at the wrong point. But that's just seems to be how it goes.
Standard.
Yeah, I even went into some mining and that didn't work out well either. But that's another story. Zakira says, "Do you know Black Hat?" Well, we've just been talking. That's where Shaun originally hung out. Do you still hang out on Black Hat World? I guess you do, yeah.
Yeah. I post every day on there. I've got a journey thread where every day I post what I've been up to. It's basically like my weekly vlog on YouTube, but in text format. That's actually where I started. Like before YouTube, I had journey threads on Black Hat World where I'd basically type stuff up of what I've been doing. And then people were like, you should do this in video format. And I was like, oh, all right. And then it took off from there and scaled.
Okay, cool. Another question here from Ross. Is it better to target the US for the bigger potential market or the UK for the higher commission? He's obviously talking about Amazon there, where you get a better rate with Amazon.co.uk. What kind of markets are you in terms of geographical
market? I go English speaking, but in my opinion, if you'd gone specifically Amazon, USA is always better. Amazon's a lot more popular over there. My conversion rate is between 9 and 12% on average, I think, for .com, but .co.uk it's barely anything.
I've never checked that. Let me have a look at that now. Yeah, I've got 11% on my .com there.
Yeah.
I didn't realise. I thought Amazon was as big here as it is over there.
Nah, man, no way. Prime over there, you can get same day delivery depending on where you live, and then other states it's 2-day delivery because it's so rural. But Amazon is very popular.
I can get same day down here in the south.
Can you?
Yeah. There's a
Leaving us behind again, lad.
there's
Leaving the
there's
both
two
of us.
Amazon warehouses literally at the top of the road.
Oh,
It's normally quite late in the day, to be fair. But then actually, what blew my mind the other day is I ordered something from Argos, which is like the original British Amazon,
yeah,
and they got
yeah.
that. They got it to me the same day as well.
Really, that's
So
impressive. I thought they
yeah,
were like close to closing, to be honest, because
I
of
think Sainsbury's
Amazon.
bought them. But actually, that's
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, looking at my .co.uk Amazon conversion, it's 3%. Ah,
yeah,
interesting.
mine's always considerably lower on any other. Canada's usually in the middle, and then the European storefronts in Australia is very low. So with Amazon, I always try and prioritize USA traffic, but because it's English language, I get traffic from everything. I get like 10% income from like on the continent, so France, Spain, Italy, Germany, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Holland's just launched their own Amazon as well, but I haven't signed up yet.
Okay, that's interesting. Um, Talking about affiliate programs, have you tried other merchants? I imagine you have. Have you ever tried things like ClickBank or any of those sort
Uh,
of
uh,
places?
I used to do ClickBank when I first started some acne ebook, but I haven't really went back to it. It was just the landing pages are so scammy, in my opinion.
They all look a
So
bit
there's
dated
always
now, don't they? They feel like the internet of like around the year
yeah,
2000, that sort of time.
yeah, exactly, mate. But like on the forums and on Reddit, there's always people saying, "Oh, you should go with ClickBank. The commissions are a lot higher." And then you say, "Oh, but on Amazon, I get a 12% conversion rate, and I get commission for anything in the cart." So it swings and roundabouts. So I just stick with Amazon. It's more
Yeah.
reputable. This new domain I'm starting, I'm going to apply to one on Share a Sale. Trying to get more towards eBay. I did some tests with eBay and it performed really badly. But I just think it was the niche because they're very expensive, like $800 products that I tested. So I don't think people are gonna take the risk on some guy on eBay who might be selling a broken product when they can just go to Amazon and get it from the merchant.
Yeah.
But
Or some
see
other
what
dodgy
happens
guy
with
on
this new
Amazon.
thing. Yeah, I still think
Some,
Amazon will be the main income source by far, to be honest. But I'm going to use display ads. It's basically just to diversify after April when Amazon slashed their commissions, and then Walmart did it last week. Walmart
oh,
went
did
from
they?
4% to 1% though, so a lot of people are angry.
Wow, that's a big cut, isn't it?
Yeah, man, especially on tech. So a lot of people flipped back to Amazon.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, a lot of my other affiliate streams are not Amazon. I do well with obviously anything to do with making websites. That's always good commission. Domain names,
Yeah,
WordPress themes, hosting, all that stuff. They all pay a really good
yeah,
commission.
hosting's so good, depending on who you use.
Yeah. I'm doing Siteground at the moment, but their prices have
Yeah, I
gone up
use
recently.
Siteground.
Their price has gone up, and that's definitely had an effect on my conversion. And
Oh, really? I didn't even know the price had gone up. I use
yeah,
Sitegrounds for over half of my domains now. I'm really happy with them. I used to use Cloudways, but the Cloudways are still good, but it's just not as user friendly, and it takes about an hour to set what takes a couple of minutes on Siteground, so it's just easier.
Chris from Niche Safari. I don't know if you're familiar with Chris. Hello, good to see
Yeah,
you.
he's a good lad.
He's saying ClickBank's not going anywhere, but you can't say that about Amazon. I don't know.
ClickBank might not be going anywhere, but vendors can delete their pages. So it's
Yeah.
similar to what I've got on Share a Sale. Share a Sale's going to remain, but within 2 weeks, I think it was two merchants on Share a Sale cut their commissions, and one just deleted their affiliate program. So it was like, yeah, not building a site around this for them to just change the game or delete their affiliate program completely.
J5 asks, do you use Max Bounty?
Oh, I used to actually. I used to use CPA Tank, Max Bounty, and Peerfly back in the day when I did Black Hat YouTube, but I haven't used CPA stuff since like 2015, probably before then.
Do explain what is Black Hat YouTube, or what was Black Hat YouTube?
It doesn't really work anymore because YouTube's too smart. But basically, you'd use bots to go out. I did it in the beauty niche, but people do it with computer game hacks and all sorts. So I'd tell a bot to go off and scrape how to put your makeup on videos, download them all onto a server, and then re-upload them all onto thousands of accounts. So it was like cast a wide net. And then
Wow.
you'd get the bot to overlay the video saying check the link in the description to get beauty or cosmetic samples, and then it's just a CPA zip submit for to get lipstick or eyeliner or something like that, and then people would click that, put their email in, and I'd get paid. I think it was like $1.70 But back then it was so easy because YouTube, their algorithm wasn't very good back then.
Wow, and you were earning off this, but you were also filling YouTube up with all these crap videos.
Yeah. That was very popular. It was it was really not necessarily easy money because you had to spend about $300 on the tool set and proxies and YouTube accounts and stuff like that. But it was human, like my personal time to set it up. It didn't take much. But then YouTube switched from any view counts to high retention views, and then it was localized in your country views, and then the algorithm picked up, so it doesn't really work anymore.
Those were the good old days, weren't they? When you could do anything really.
I missed the two month sandbox, or depending on what you're doing, being able to rank very quickly.
Wow. So I've got just a couple more questions. Audience, there's 111 of you watching right now, so that's fantastic. If you've got any more questions for Shaun or indeed myself, in fact, I've got a couple of sites to review. Maybe we could look at them together and you could let me know your opinion. They're from viewers that have been sent in. But before we do that, we are all melting here. Well, I'm melting. I need a bigger window.
Mate, it is red as well. So hot. I'm not ginger. I'm not designed for this weather.
Not designed for the heat. No, and that's especially up in Sunderland or wherever you're. That's just like it never gets this hot. How do you go about choosing a niche? Is my next question.
Me?
Yeah.
It's on me or the audience?
No, to you. How do you go about choosing a niche? Is there some sort of process you go through?
Yeah, me. Right. Recently, I just go with my hobbies or my interests. I used to, like I said, with the ClickBank thing, I used to go for acne or paleo diet, where there was a lot of traffic and higher commissions, but there's always really strong authority sites there. So with me wanting to churn out a ton of content quickly, I just go with stuff I already know well, and then I can sit down. Haven't got to do a ton of research for the article. I might need to go off and find a specific specification or something like that, but even now I've done it that much. Well, not necessarily for this new site, I've only just started it, but the site from August last year, I've published like 250 articles in 6 months, but at the back end of that, I didn't even need to check. I just knew all the little details of these products. It's useless information.
So that makes vetting your articles and everything a lot easier. You can just read it and go, that's right or that's wrong.
Exactly. If it's your hobby, you already know. And then if you're getting freelance writers, again, you can say that's not right, or you're lying here, or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. Try and stick with stuff you already know.
Yeah, it's always a great place to start, and then kind of build out from there. I mean, but you don't have to. A lot of people build niche sites and stuff in stuff they're not familiar with.
Definitely.
So that kind of leads on to my next question, which is how you come up with content ideas. I think we've probably already touched on this. If it's something I guess you've already got some ideas in your head. But how else do you come up with your ideas? We've mentioned keyword tools. Is that somewhere you go, or is it just Google?
Auto suggest, but I don't want to swear on your channel. Do you know the tool keyword and a swear word?
Yeah.
I don't know. That I use that a lot. Answer the public. That is so underway. From the affiliate marketing side, I dismissed it. I tried it once. But with affiliate marketing, so buyer intent keywords, you're already so specific, it's pretty useless. But for how-to informational keywords, that is gold dust, considering it's a freemium tool. And you get, I think it's only 3 searches a day with it now, but it's a really good bit of kit.
Just to get all those kind of question type searches so that you can easily put articles together around those questions, just to answer those questions. Yeah,
it literally just, like you said, it straight up just tells you a question, then you search volume, check it, and then check the competition. A lot of the content for this new site came from Answer the Public, to be fair. A lot of the seed keywords.
Right. That's cool. That kind of brings me on, as we're talking about questions, something that I know that you've had quite a bit of success with is Quora, the question and answer site.
Yeah.
So what's your approach to that? Because I've had quite a lot of success with it as well, but a lot of my viewers find it quite difficult because they go and answer some questions, but then the answer gets removed or rejected, and how do you get those answers? Yeah. How do you make them stick?
Everyone, man. I had one answer was over 3,000 words, and they deleted it. It's like, that's all unique content. What the hell? But
and they don't give you a reason, do they?
It was something like I can't remember. It was some random thing. Apparently, I phrased something as if they were guaranteed to make money or something if they tried it. and it was literally about setting a blog up on Cloudways, if I remember, or something like that. And it's like, I didn't intentionally do it either. It's just the way I speak and I phrase things when I'm typing. And yeah, I deleted a 3,000 word article. But one thing on the Black Hat forums, it's quite well known. In the top right of the Quora answer, you can click, I think it's 3 dots, and it'll tell you how many subscribe. Actually, you can't see my screen, can you?
No.
One
you might
second,
be able to.
No, the way I'm using my phone, it's not actually a webcam on my computer. But on Quora, if you bring an answer up, then in the top right, there's 3 dots. If you click those 3 dots, click View Stats and Log, it will tell you how many followers it's got, how many views it's got, and when the question was last followed. I usually do, if it's been last followed in the last month, it's like quite a hot topic, and I don't rely on what's it called, the new questions that are on the page when you first log in, the ones that are looking for answers. I go to the established ones, and there's some with millions of followers in like this niche, in the blogging niche. So that's basically what I do. I go for the ones that have already got people watching the thread. But a lot of my answers as well get shared to spaces. I'm looking at Quora now so I can see it, but it's kind of like a Facebook group just on Quora, which I didn't know Quora even did. I only started
I see it. Spaces, yeah, at the top. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but people will share that to like your answers to the spaces, and then you get like traffic from that as well. So it pushes you further to the top of the thread. That's my strategy anyway. I just don't have the time to do it on bulk like I want to. It's just when I'm bored.
Yeah, the same with me. I probably should do it more because it does seem to be really good at driving traffic over and just generally getting a little bit more traffic. I did see some questions. They've kind of been flying past. Justin asked, how many posts per month do you write?
I try and do 2 a day, even on weekends, but this month I've just got a lot of offline stuff on anyway, so I'm just really busy with other stuff, but I'm still trying to get 2 out per day. And my freelance writers, like today they sent us 6 articles, and it's like, I don't have the time. They're basically delivering content quicker than I can publish it right now. Like,
so I'm guessing you don't have an editor. I mean, I've outsourced that now.
No, not right now. I did have, but I actually sent her a message last month and she hasn't replied. But that's basically Upwork in a nutshell. People abandon the platform and then come back when they need it.
Yeah.
But I might look for an editor depending on how this project goes.
Definitely helps keep things moving. Because I always have that.
I have to put into that. It's insane.
I don't want to be the bottleneck in my own stuff really, which I often am. Adrian asks, what do you use to keep all your work organized? I'm guessing you've got some mega spreadsheet somewhere. I
just use Trello. I do use a spreadsheet as well, but I usually just use Kanban board set up in Trello. Trello is a free tool if you don't know. And then Kanban, you have 3 columns, to do, doing, and done. And then you just drag the cards between them. That might sound a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's very simple and straightforward. There's tons of tutorials on YouTube and how to do it as well. Okay. But Trello's so easy.
The Mastermind asks, how good is Google Question Hub for bringing traffic? I've never really heard or used Google Question Hub.
I've never heard of it.
Is that their equivalent to Quora and Yahoo Answers? I guess it must be. MMK Ventures, a regular on the channel, regular super chatter as well, I must add, asks, if developing a site on a live URL for 2 to 4 week period, is it better to turn off the indexing in WordPress until you've done it, or does it not really matter? So basically block the search engines.
Depends what you mean by developing it. Like if you're changing, to be fair, I change stuff all the time, like images, plugins and stuff, and I've not noticed any problems. But if you're like actually changing code and stuff, to be fair, if you're a coder, I'd probably say check out Ghost rather than WordPress. Pretty much every person I know who knows how to code has dropped WordPress now and went to Ghost. But I'm not a coder, so I stuck with WordPress. Yeah. But
I don't think it really matters too much. The one thing is that tick box can stitch you up as it stitched me up before. You always forget to turn it off.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your video. I didn't even know that was a thing. And then like I checked all of my sites after I saw yours. But yeah,
that's a terrible.
Got to watch for things like that.
But, luckily now Google lets you know when it can't get in. Shaun Zakira asks, any hope for the KGR, which is obviously the keyword golden ratio? I'm sure you're familiar with it.
I think it's overrated in this day and age, at least.
It's probably a bit dated now. Yeah.
Explaining why. Chris has got one explaining why. back in probably 5 years ago, I published a guide on my old keyword research method on Reddit. It uses slightly different modifiers and it's not all in title. And 100% it worked. Not necessarily KGR didn't really use that, but it was similar to what I was using and it worked a treat back then. But Google just understands searcher intent too well now, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't use it. I just use my own method, own methods.
I think it is a little dated now. Praveen asks, can I ask one question? But it's actually a big question. I think we may have already touched on it. He basically wants, what's your entire process for outsourcing content? I think maybe we could bullet point this into a few points. Yeah, you mentioned that you go to Upwork and you mentioned buy, sell, text.
Yeah, I've tried iWriter, but they've gone downhill since the virus lockdowns ended. I think a lot of people, because of the virus, were trying to make money online. So you got very good content, very cheap, but that ended around the back end of May.
When everyone came off their furlough, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare. That's why I just went to Natasha and said, look, I'll give you this much money, you give me these articles. But the process, I guess, even starts with keyword research, because I wouldn't action an article unless I had a good chance of ranking for it. But so yeah, keyword research, keyword acquisition with something like Google Auto Suggest or Answer the Public, then keyword competition.
You get a whole list of ideas, yeah.
Yeah, get a list of ideas, check its competition in Google. You don't need I can't think of any Ahrefs or anything. You don't need a premium keyword research tool. Google tells you everything you need. Install Mozbar. Ideally, keywords everywhere, but you have to pay $10 now.
Yeah.
Check the SERP. See, again though, that stage, it'll depend if you're going to backlink or not. Ideally, if you're not going to build backlinks, you want as many pages on the first page of Google, so in the top 10 for the keyword, that have a PA and a DA according to Mozbar of less than 20, and as few of those pages specifically targeting the keyword or a variant of the keyword as possible if you're not going to backlink. If you are going to backlink, you can go up to like DA, PA 32 and then backlinks and go up to 40, 35 is the highest I've went. But yeah, decide on your keyword, what you actually want to do with the keyword acquisition. And then I basically just build a template in Surfer, or I have an Alfred macro set up now for this month, and then I just send it to the writer. But that's like the long way. That's the long version of what I do.
Yeah, and you obviously provide them with a template, and you're quite specific in terms of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I just want to quickly say I've had a few people like say, "Oh, I've outsourced my articles, and the article is terrible," and then I say, "Oh, what did you actually tell the writer?" And then they come back and say, I just sent them the keyword and said, I want 2,000 words on this keyword. It's like, that is not what you do, man.
No, I've done that. I've done that. Really? Sometimes you get a fantastic article, and other times you just have to put it straight in the bin.
Yeah, I don't know if I wasn't clear on like my video from a few weeks ago, but I think 3 people have said that now. It's like, no. I'll give them a full template, say with subheaders and saying mention the product name in this section, go into this feature in this section.
Answer this question, detail this.
Exactly that.
Put some bullet points here.
Whatever. Yeah, if you think me and you can go to the same writer for the same not 2 different writers for the same keyword and get like totally different content unless we use our templates to what we want from that writer. So if you are going to outsource, be as specific as possible with your writer, because they'll have a lot of clients. But yeah, like that does seem to be a common thing. I've had 3 people in about 2 weeks come back to us now and say they've done that. It's like, try giving them as much detail and help as possible.
And then you'll get something good back. You put good stuff in.
100%, man, 100%. Yeah. But so I don't know. Are you a Mac user or Windows?
Mac, yeah.
Have you got Alfred, the productivity app?
Oh no.
It's basically you trigger Spotlight and then you can put macros on the back end, so you can build a template in seconds if you use Alfred. If you're with Windows, you're out of luck. I don't think Alfred's Windows compatible, but you can just save it to a text file and then copy and paste it out of the text file into Upwork or buy sell text or iWriter or whatever you're using. Yeah.
I'm sure you've got some videos on it. Actually, it leads me on to Walt's question. He says you've got a lot of content out there on YouTube and whatever. Do you just want to mention a couple of videos that you'd recommend off your own channel?
It depends. I cover quite a few different things. If you're just starting out, probably I've just put a keyword playlist together, and then I'm gonna I basically researched a gig off Fiverr, keyword research gig, and went into why I think the bad or good keywords. If you're just starting out, that's probably worth watching. But I'm gonna scale that playlist in the future because the majority of the issues I see is keyword research related by far. So the more content like that I put out, hopefully it'll help more people. Next will probably be Ahrefs with their keyword tool, because did you use Ahrefs before 2018? It used to be
not
so
before
good
then.
back then.
I've only had it recently. It used to be better, didn't it?
Oh, mate, that keyword research tool was gold. And then in 2018 they changed it, and I dropped my sub quickly. But so yeah, I just want to go back, see if they've improved it, because I remember on Reddit they were getting a lot of stick when they changed how their keyword research tool worked. But yeah, I don't know if they reverted back or anything. I dropped my sub and never checked again. So that's one thing I want to do next.
That sounds like a good video. MBMK asks quickly, is it good to put ads with the CPA offers site?
With CPA, yeah, 100%. Well, it depends, because CPA just means cost per acquisition, or there's another definition of it. But you can go from like $1 per conversion up to, say something like a weight loss pill, it can be over $100 if it's a monthly sub or something. So it's going to depend on your ad network as well, and your niche for the cost, your rate per 1,000 you get from your ad network.
You've got to decide whether it's worth
your CPA network as well. So there's a lot of little variable, and your conversion rate will come into effect as well. So for example, with this new website I'm building, anything that has a product price on Amazon of less than $100, I'm going to put ads onto that page as well. I've got like a little spreadsheet where I try to work out commission, conversion rate, and if it'll be better to have as a hybrid article with an ad network. I don't actually have a Zork or anything like that, so I've just guessed at $8 per 1,000 videos, and it comes in at just over $100. It's better to have Amazon links and display ads. Anything over, just keep Amazon. No. So there's like stuff like that you've got to factor in.
There is a scientific approach whether to have ads both or just offers. Yeah,
because it's like I could say yes, and then your CPA offer could be like $100 per commission, and then your ads are giving you $8. So then it'd be no, don't use it. But if your CPA is at $1 or 50 cents, then 100%. So yeah, you've got to like look at your potential income sources.
Okay, we're going to do site reviews in a moment. Terribly British asks, what's the best way to target different countries with one site, or would you not recommend that?
Yeah, I do. I get income from quite a few different European storefronts, Amazon, Australia.com, as in USA and Canada. I just basically put out articles in English. That's another question I see, because Germany, for some reason, sometimes makes me more money than the UK. And I don't know if Amazon's just more popular in Germany than it is here, but all my articles are in English. So I don't know if it's the British troops who are based in Germany searching or something like that. I really don't know why that happens, but just put your content out in English. Google is clever enough to push people to your articles if you deserve to rank from all over the world. Yeah. It's not like I can't remember the guy's name. Someone on Reddit put a case study out about 2 months ago, and he used a .co.uk domain, and the USA was bringing in the vast majority, like 40% of his total traffic. Traffic was global.
Well, that's interesting.
It's not like 5 years ago, probably a bit more than that, where .co.uk would be pretty restrictive if your domain name, like your TDL. So I don't do that. I use .com, but yeah, just put English articles
interesting.
out.
So you wouldn't say to someone, build a site for the US, build a site for UK, build a German site. No, just do it all on one site.
Yeah, I do.
I guess the trick is how you monetize that. Do you use like one link or using Genius Link or something?
And I've just started using Genius Links on this new site, just so I can easily put eBay and stuff in. Every single one of my other sites has ARP, except one. Actually, one's got one link still. But even this new website, I'm still using ARP, which is a premium Amazon plugin.
I know it well. It does nice tables and all sorts. It's really good.
Yeah, man. Their tables, they just look cleaner to me. Like, I know there's Table Press and a few other Amalinks Pro and stuff like that. The tables just look like they were drawn with a crayon to me, whereas ARP looks clean and tidy. So I've just paid $40 for that plugin just for comparison tables.
No, I highly recommend it, and I do sell it, by the way. If you
Very
guys
good
are interested, the affiliate link is wpeagle.com/AWP, which is AAWP. Thank you very much if you use it.
Very good tool, guys.
It's fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at some sites. Just seeing if there's any interesting questions. By the way, Helen's posted a link to the Facebook group. Good to see you all in there. Zakira asks, does font types and button styles affect conversions? Probably, but not enough to really worry about too much. As long as they're nice and clean, you should be fine. I'd have thought. You could get obsessed with that stuff, and it's not.
Yeah, it's like
not worth it.
One of my old sergeants in the military, he had a saying: "It doesn't have to be perfect; it just has to be done." And I definitely see why he said that so much to us when we were junior ranks. There's so many people. One of my friends uses Elementor. To be fair, he's got a gaming website, so I can't remember the game he plays. But it looks amazing, his blog posts. But it's like, how long did you spend like putting that character there and making this bit move? And they look amazing, but then you've got to say, well, you can get like 2 more articles out per one article you're doing with that.
And do the visitors really care, really? The visitors are actually there to read the content, not look at all the fancy stuff around the outside.
Yeah, I keep telling them that, but I think he just likes to make his website look as best he can. And it does look really good, but it's like, I literally just use a blog, the default template in Astra with the Gutenberg blocks. That's all I use. It looks really dated, but it works.
It does the job.
And it saves me time.
Praveen just quickly asks, Shaun, have you bought any email outreach tools? I think that's what he's trying to say.
I've tried them. Yeah, like, do you mean Aweber? Does it? Because I can't see your chat. Does he mean Aweber or does he?
Yeah, he doesn't say. I mean,
I don't use an email. I don't use email tools. I don't build my sites as a community site. So, like your personal blog, like wpeagle.com's your blog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that you could do it with. Like, I don't use my personal blog. I just don't have the time. But with my
which is what I do use. That's the only thing I use email for is just mainly to let people know about streams, my videos, and that's about it.
Because with my money site network, it's designed literally to take someone from Google, get them probably a quarter of the way down my article to a comparison table, and then off to Amazon as quickly as possible. Then they're never going to come back because of the way I build the sites. For example, pens. Say you want to buy a pen, you're not going to sign up to an email list for a website reviewing pens, so I don't do it.
Why would you? There's nothing in there for you.
Exactly. I did try it years ago when I was new, and like the guides saying, "Oh, this study, which is usually by an autoresponder company, said you get this much, this many more conversions and stuff." It's like takes a lot more effort than they tell you.
Yeah, they all say the money's in the list. The money's in the list.
Yeah, man, that old chestnut. Yeah, I don't believe in that at all. I don't have any lists or anything like that.
No, I think it's for certain niches. I say for what we do to reach our audience, it's possibly good. But then when I'm building my list, I don't want to just keep bombarding them with offers either. I kind of value them. I just want to send them stuff about me really, and just to get them on streams and on watching videos. But I like MailChimp, but I know that they're charging. It used to be free, and now they charge. But
that's
Aweber's good.
When it was free.
Yeah, I've used Aweber. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm missing your questions and comments. It is scrolling past a little bit quick, and I am trying to listen to Shaun when he's answering rather than looking at the chat. It's very difficult to multitask. Zakira again asked a question about niches. He says he went for a big category, a non-sub sort of niche. Is that bad? So he didn't go for roof boxes. I'm guessing he went for cars.
Wait, even with that though, I meant to say earlier when we were talking about that. Say you go with best cars, is like, I know you'll never get that domain name. You can still just build out the category for best roof box if you want initially, and then expand later, provided your keyword research is spot on, or your backlinking strategy, whatever you're going to do to get into rank the top 3 of Google for that keyword to get traffic. I don't think it matters if you cover the broad niche straight away, or if you just go with a specific category. It's going to be your keyword research that matters.
Yeah, it's the same process, isn't it, really?
Yeah, exactly. Even multi-niche sites. I know there's a guy on Black Hat World who has a multi-language blog. So half of it's in Hindi, half of it's in English. Well, I don't know if it's half and half, but his content, some of it's in English, some's in Hindi, and he's getting traffic from search engines fine. And it's about pretty much anything you can think of. So stuff like that can work. It's just down to strategy.
And yeah, it's just a lot more work, and maybe it is focusing within a sub niche within a particular category on that site, and then scaling it out like that. Walt asked, what about this? Would Shaun do something different to bring customers to Best Roof Box than what I'm doing? Now, interestingly, Walt, Shaun has done a video review of my site on his channel. You should definitely go check that out. But would you do anything different to what I'm already doing? Which is not a lot, really, just adding content and answering questions on Quora.
To get traffic to it, you're just doing organic, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like Google. Yeah, I wouldn't. Like I said, I want to start playing with Pinterest, but actually, traffic generation wise, I'm pretty much the same as you. Just Google right now. Did you? One thing I noticed, did you put an affiliate link in the start of the content or not?
On some of them, there might have been, yeah.
Oh, because every single site review I've ever done, people don't do that. But when I go into my analytics, the time on page suggests, I literally hit the page, scroll down to that link or the comparison table, then bounce off to Amazon.
They don't read all those words that you've been slaving over.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I do actually do that. There was a tip from Doug Connington, who I'm sure you know, who's a regular on my channel, who's coming on in a couple of weeks, by the way, guys. When I come back from holiday, Doug will be on for a chat and a beer. But one of his suggestions when he reviewed my site was do that. So I put that little box which was kind of said, in a hurry, then this is the best roof box for a budget, and this is the best roof box if you need the most space. And that was it, quick links off.
Yeah, put the link at the top.
Yeah. I think people maybe avoided it because they thought Google would not like that, but I don't think it's a problem, is it?
There is a above the fold penalty, but people... So back in the day, do you know what CPM ads were? Where like it's per 1,000 visitors, you get this much money, rather they don't even have to click them. So people would make churn and burn sites and just literally fill the top with CPM ads. So as soon as a visitor clicked through from Google, all they could see was ads. There wasn't any content at all. So Google put the above the fold penalty in, and now it is a thing, but it's not like you can have a banner ad in your like a leaderboard above the fold and you'll be fine, or an affiliate link in the first few hundred words and you'll be fine. But I should really set up a unique tracker on Amazon just for the comparison table and just for the first link at the start of the article, just to start and track it.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day where basically I was saying the first 500 words is for the user, the other 1,500 is for Google, but Google write the rules for the game, unfortunately, so it's just what you've got to do.
Right, let's do the site review. There's questions keep coming in. We're never going to do all the questions. They just keep coming in. There's a lot of people talking about the Astra theme that was removed from the WordPress repository.
That's back already.
It's back up. Basically, all they did, they had a couple of affiliate links within the theme, which is a no-no. Although I think WordPress.org noticed about 11 months ago or something like that. And in fact, it's actually a bigger issue that, unlike, say, for example, the Apple App Store, where everything is rigorously checked, the WordPress repository is not like that. And some of the plugins and some of the themes, they do put crap within them, like affiliate links and other horrible stuff where they hack around at the back end of your site. So I'm glad that WordPress.org are actually starting to ban, even if it is a high-profile theme, people that are breaking the rules, and hopefully they'll tighten up and we'll get a better quality of theme and a better quality of plugin.
Did you see the thing about Rank Maths reviews last year? I think it was. They had, I think it's like 100 or something fake 5-star reviews. They used bots to build them, and they clicked onto that and deleted them all as well. So there is some dodgy black hat stuff that gets done to push stuff to the top.
Yeah, Rank Math seemed to come from nowhere, didn't it? Just like everyone was on Yoast, and then suddenly everyone like said, "Okay, no more Yoast. Let's go to Rank Math."
There's some really good threads on Reddit. If you go on Reddit and type in Rank Math on the WordPress sub, basically saying, like, I don't know enough about coding, but they were saying you should never install that. It sends loads of data to their server for some reason, and it's all encrypted, so they don't know why they're doing it. And apparently that's against WordPress's terms of service to do as well or something. But I'm not a coder, so I didn't really understand what they were talking about.
Okay, maybe.
And there's a few threads about that as well. So
it's probably
I
a
don't
thing.
use any plugins like that.
You've got to be really careful what you install on WordPress. You just never know. Right, let's do these. I've got 3 site reviews. Simon just offered his one as well, which is the fishing tips blog. I've got the Shalove Beauty, which is Sarah's, which I hope is still there because she had a bit of a mishap when I spoke to her the other day and deleted a load of her sites after following one of my tutorials, so I felt very guilty about that. But I'm just going to bring up my screen. Hopefully we can still hear Shaun, but let's see.
Yeah, there's a delay on the screen, but I can still see what you've got on.
Okay, audience, can you still hear Shaun? Do let me know in the chat.
Can you hear us, guys? Just to quickly answer that guy's question as well, I know a few people who use SEO Framework, and they say it is much better than Yoast and Rank Math, but I've never used it myself.
SEO Framework. Yeah, they can hear you, but they can't see you, which is fine because we're looking at my screen. So let's have a look at the first site. Okay, that one is broken. We'll move on to the next one. I said she had a bit of an issue. Citizen of Nature. Now, is this one that we've had before? Chat. I think it might be. First impression is it looks very, very professional. Oh yeah, this is what we have had this one, haven't we? Yeah. I don't know if we can need to review it because it's already been done. It needs more content. That's what this site needs. In terms of look and feel, though, I love the look and feel of it.
Is that one article? Yeah.
Yeah, one article.
Needs more content.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me of a question that we had earlier, which was, when should you apply to the Amazon affiliate program? Do you wait until you've got a fully populated site, or do you just apply straight away? I guess it doesn't really matter for you because you applied ages ago and you're already approved, a bit like me.
Yeah, when I joined Amazon, you literally applied and you didn't have to do the so many sales in so many months or whatever it is to get your full account. It was you were approved straight away. But I have been telling people to try and wait until you get 100 hits of organic traffic. But again, that's buyer intent, so you'll get the conversions. But so again, there's variables in there. If it's just informational traffic you're getting, it'll be harder to get the conversions. But Amelia said, even if you don't get the clicks or the conversions, you don't actually get banned or your account locked. You just apply again when you get
exactly
traffic.
You do. That's my method. And in fact, Amazon, I don't think a human will come and check your site until you get those free sales anyway.
Yeah. That is correct, because I just applied to Amazon in Australia a few months ago, and that literally sent me an email saying your site's being reviewed now. So that is what happens.
So it's a good idea to sign up because you then get access to your site Stripe, your affiliate links, and all that stuff, so you can populate your site. And then if you do get rejected for whatever reason, just try again. Just keep going. A lot of people don't get approved straight off. So the site reviews a bit. Let's look at Simon Fishing Tips blog. First thought is a little bit slow. Hey, this looks familiar. There he is. Well, what can we say? Fishing is
how I set mine out, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nice,
I mean, nice and clean. There's a weird square here. I don't know what that is. It's obviously the drop down not loading. That could be a speed or a performance plugin that's done that. I'd make this font a little bit bigger, maybe. It's a little bit small. There's a lot of white space. It's good though because I know that's you, and I think the more authentic a site in terms of the imagery, the better. Phil's saying that.
Depends how you get your traffic though. That's the homepage. Like if people are just coming in from Google, I don't think many people will use the homepage. Most of my sites have well over 80% bounce rate. Yeah.
I think that's also an important point. A lot of people, when they're creating a website, they get obsessed with the homepage, don't they?
Yeah.
And not realizing that actually a lot of the traffic, especially on these type of sites, it's going to come in
If you go in your analytics, very few people hit the homepage.
So this theme is going to be, is it Astra? No, it's Ocean. Okay. The article looks nice in terms of how it's laid out. I mean, I don't know, maybe... I don't know what's going on with this image, but you've got bold parts. I don't know where you're getting these diagrams from. Are you borrowing them from other places? Some probably. I think it looks good. I mean, I always think that a decent post needs some bullet points. I just because you say a lot of people, they come to the site and they're scanning really quickly. They're just kind of getting through stuff. They're looking for some bits of information, and bullet points is a great way of doing that. And you can also link to products in bullet points.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good way to get some links.
But I think it's good. You've got a good, pretty good domain name. It's a .co.uk. So, but as Shaun just said, maybe that doesn't really matter anymore. You can still get traffic from around the world. A lot of people are liking the logo. I'm not sure about the orange, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I quite like that though, to be fair. I'd get rid of that top pages thing out of the sidebar, because it's like a link to your cart and stuff like that, where it's in your menu. But
okay, yeah, let's go back to that. You're running the Woo Zone. Have you ever tried any of those plugins?
Nah, I don't do anything like that. Don't sell products, or I know there's like ways you can do affiliates with WooCommerce and stuff, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's where kind of how I started was one of my sites which uses a plugin called WooZone. I don't know if you've heard of it, which works with WooCommerce, which basically uses the Amazon API, and you basically can pull products down from Amazon, add them as WooCommerce products. Then when people go to checkout, they get redirected through the checkout to Amazon.
Yeah, there's a few things that can do that, but I don't know. There's something about the terms of service. I've got to do it through the API as well or something, or else. But I'm sure WooZone is a really big, famous plugin, so I'm sure they're doing it right. But there's some dodgy little plugins out there that don't comply.
I think WooZone is a bit dated. It's been around for a while now, and it's like all these things. It was a lot easier. Let's just go back to the call. It was a lot easier with these sites a good few years ago, where you could literally create a site, pull in a load of products in a particular niche, add very little content. WooZone would even spin like the product descriptions and that kind of stuff, and it would look like you had your own mini little shopping site.
I think Google's good with spinning now, though.
Yeah, and they
Google's
would get traffic. But basically, you're going to upset both Google and Amazon with those kind of sites. So, yeah, it's not something I'd recommend anymore. Although a lot of people still watch my recent tutorial on where I built a WooZone site.
There's very little content on the page as well, if it's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I think you're going
to... if you're trying to pull traffic from Google with like a 200-word product description, it's not going to be very good or very helpful.
No. Britslick asks, do I still use WooZone? Well, I've still got swim signs. Let me just bring that up, which is my latest WooZone site, which has got loads of fantastic swimming pool signs.
What kind of traffic does that pull?
Let's have a look.
I've always been curious about this kind. Is this just literally API pull?
Yeah. I do have some articles on there. I've got too many tabs. So I've got a little blog. It's got 5 articles. Literally built the site for tutorials.
So it's just like content
just how
video.
to. Yeah, I built it within a video. But let's have a look at the audience and things. So it's had 696 visitors. That's down 3%. Looks like it's slightly in decline.
More than I thought, to be fair. Like with that kind of product,
that
kind of website.
Let's have a look where people are coming in.
Is it all to the blog posts and sales pages get nothing?
Homepage, which is going to be probably from YouTube, majority.
Right.
But yeah, interestingly, the best traffic puller, funnily enough, is an article, which is where I wrote about vintage swimming pool signs. But I guess, there is some products that are pulling in traffic.
How much is organic? Like, can you filter by organic?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
$400.
Like, the screen's got a delay on it, so I'm still looking.
Oh yeah, 408 last 30 days. Organic.
That's
There's
good,
a
man.
direct
For
that kind of thing. I think it's still viable. I mean, the thing with these sites was that you could add 500 products, and again, long tail would dictate that even if those products got 1 visit a day, that's still 500 visits a day. So that would kind of add up. But it's also showing that content is still king, and I think, did I need to bother with WooZone? I could have probably just done a blog about swimming pool signs, and it would have been just as good. Yeah, how much is the site making? It's a good question. We can have a look at that. I'll just have to log in again. Please don't hack me. Oh, I'm on my wrong Amazon. Oh, God. Bear with me a second. So many different Amazon. You can put it all into one dashboard, can't you? Anyway, I think we're nearly done. You've been on for a good hour, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
No worries, man.
I know I need to go for a shower. I don't know about you.
I've still got work to do. Don't really stop right now this month.
Yeah, so the site in the last 30 days, Swim Science, has made negative 78 cents. Someone's returned one of their... What have they returned? They returned some pool cleaning supplies. I didn't even know they'd bought any pool cleaning supplies, but again, that's the beauty of Amazon, isn't it? Someone came to my site, they were looking for a vintage swimming pool sign. They went through to Amazon, they bought a whole load of swimming pool stuff, and I earned the commission. So is it earning? I'd say no. But hey ho, I think if I add a load more content, because again, you can easily write content about different sorts of swimming pool signs, it might do well. But my other issue with it is that a swimming pool sign is only about $10.
Yeah,
so it's probably not the best niche. I literally built the site because I had the domain name Swim Signs from a whole old history thing.
Fair one.
Anyway, I think that's it. If there's anything else anyone wants to ask, we'll do another 2 minutes of questions. And then, while I'm waiting for them to come in, I just want to say, go check out Shaun's channel. He's up and coming. I think you're about 1,500 subscribers now, are you?
Yeah, it's just over 1,500, I think.
Yep. So he's growing. He's in competition with Carl, really. I think Carl's catching him up slowly, but he puts out loads of content. Always updating us on his earnings. So if you like following earnings, then it's great. And also loads of other content on how to write articles and just tons of stuff. I've actually got one question for you before you go, which was someone came up to you and they said, I've just started making some money online. I'm going to set myself up a website. What would be the one bit of advice that you would give to them?
To just churn content out as best they can.
Yeah.
I know, like, if you've got a full-time job or kids, stuff like that factors in, but at least if you're putting content out there, you can try and look for patterns in why certain articles are ranking and others aren't. And then you go in the rank tracker or your analytics and look for patterns there as well. Without content, you're very restricted. So many people just plan and plan and plan, and very few of them will take action. And then those who do, the first deviation from their plan that happens, they just give up.
Yeah.
Like some of my friends do that as well, like real life friends who I've sat down with and literally pointed to their screen.
Held their hand and shown them, but you can lead that horse to water, can't you? But
and there's only so much you can do, but just churn the content out.
That's fantastic. That kind of leads into David's question, which was top tips, Shaun. And it's kind of, again, a mindset. And I think what you said earlier from what you learned when you're in the forces, that it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be done.
Exactly.
Just keep doing stuff. Keep taking action. Don't give up. Keep posting content. If that content's not perfect, doesn't matter. Get it up there. You can always come back to it later. You can refine it later. Just keep going. I think a lot of people, they get stuck on the detail. You know, or where am I going to get my product images from? You know, what about this? What about that? What about a logo? Just do stuff. Just get on with it. Don't worry too much. Stop worrying and just do stuff.
Online. Everything else can come later.
And keep going.
With Sandbox as well. The quicker you get your articles online, the quicker your site can age in and get traffic.
Exactly. And I think that's another tip, is really some of these things do take a bit of time. You're going to put a load of work in, and maybe you're not going to see a return immediately, but you've got to still believe that it's going to pull through, and be patient and just keep going.
Yeah, it'll probably take at least 4 months, probably even 6 months or to 8 months if it's your first site, just to start getting out of the sandbox and get your traffic curve. Yeah. So you need traffic just to do that, content just to do that.
Because I think some people come to this kind of make money online thing with an urgent need to make money, and it's not a quick get rich quick scheme in any of this stuff, is it? It
doesn't help that there's so many, like, the guys on Instagram and stuff like that who pretend it is, but they just try and sell their ebook, and it's like, no, that is not how this works.
No. And I think
people that they've asked us questions about someone sold them an ebook that says one thing. It's like, I've never once in probably 50 sites, if you include the churn and burn stuff I used to do, probably more, ever seen like the sandbox ending if you do some random little trick and put some random bit of code in the header. It's like, you just got scammed. That does not work.
Yeah, there's no quick wins. You've just got to put the work in, wait some time, and it will come good.
Yeah.
Right, I just had a super chat from MMK Ventures, the regular thank you. By the way, MMK has received his t-shirt. I haven't had a picture yet, but thank you. You get a bit of haul, of course. Really appreciate $25 super chat. Fantastic. And well, thank you, Shaun, for joining me.
Thanks for having us, man.
Mr. Media today asked, do you have any websites for sale right now? Have you actually sold any of your sites yet?
No, I was offered, I think it was 85 grand a few months ago for my 2 highest income ones, but I knew, predicted from the analytics that if I just waited, one of those 2 sites would be worth that in a few months. But then the virus happened, and the person who wanted to buy them was conserving their money. So I'm not interested in selling it anyway. It's like kind of, what's the word, like a bit of history, if that makes sense, in my little business. So I just want to keep them. But this new one I'm building, it might be something I flip in the future. But I've got a friend, she made a lot of money on cryptocurrencies in 2017 and 2018. And I'd probably just sell it to her. I've known her before I even started this. I know her in real life. So there's no random scam going on.
No.
It's just give her the details, say it's yours now, send us the money.
Send us
Quick
a
and
Bitcoin.
easy.
Send us a couple of Bitcoin. She probably got rid of them all now. She sold them when it went silly.
Oh, mate, she is minted, man. I wish I listened to her when she told me to buy cryptocurrency back then.
When it was a couple £100 a coin or something.
It was,
well.
I think it was $2 per Ethereum when she was telling me to buy Ethereum. It was,
and that's £200 now, is it?
She sold a lot of it at over $1,000. So from $2 to $1,000. And I just thought she was crazy. And
that's living the dream. Wow, fantastic. Brits that can't watch Shaun's channel, you'll find it in the description. But I think if you search YouTube for Shaun Mars, you'll find it. Oh, Helen has actually put it there. You can just click that. Don't expect miracles is the advice from Bradbury. Yeah, that's right. I think it's because, Shaun said, there's a lot of people selling courses, and they kind of give you the dream that it's easy.
Definitely. I've never bought a course ever. You don't need them. Well, it depends, actually. I've seen the argument that the course puts it in a structure you can follow, but a lot of the people selling courses have never ranked a website, unfortunately. It just makes them course of other information.
Yeah.
So there's counters for everything. I wouldn't recommend you buy a course.
They're a lot of money, most of them.
Yeah,
there's no £10. There's no $10 course. They're all like $200, $300, $400, $500, $600.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of content you could buy with that money if you're going to spend money or something.
Exactly.
Interesting question here from Tornado. How many words is the shortest article that you've got ranking on?
That's actually a really good question. I don't know. The shortest that I know that I'm ranking, it's just over 800 words, I think. And I only know that that's ranking because I checked it a few days ago. I was talking to Phil on Reddit, and he's putting his word count down to 750 words. And so I checked a few of the shorter articles, and that's the lowest word count that's ranking for its keyword.
So word count is not as important as everyone thinks it is, as long as you're answering the question.
So like, if every single other article on the first page is 3,000 words and you put a 800-word article out, I don't think you'll have a good chance of ranking for it. So you've got to factor stuff like that in.
It's all relative on what you're doing, exactly.
Definitely.
Anthony's got one burning question that we must answer before we go. He's got 15 blog articles that he's currently editing. Should he release them all in this month, or wait a few days and release each post over the course of the month? So
get them online as fast as possible, man. Get that content agent in so you can get traffic sooner.
Yeah. You don't need to drip feed it out. Do you kind of set the dates on your blog so that they kind of like, you got one a day, or you don't care if there's a whole lump that appear in one day?
Nah, as soon as the one I built in 2018 makes over $1,000 a month. I haven't published an article to that domain since September last year because of the September 2019 update. It basically killed the domain for a few months until it recovered in November. Haven't published content to that domain since. Brought in over $1,000 last month. My highest income domain, that is usually between $2,500 and $3,000 US. I haven't published an article to that since January this year. And so a lot of people seem to think if you don't publish content, your rankings will decline. But in my opinion, they'll only decline if competitors come in for your keywords.
Yeah, so, something has to change, doesn't it, in order to push you out?
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people seem to think that if they stop posting content to their blog, their rankings will drop, and that's not something I've experienced.
No, well, that's interesting. All right, this is the last question. It's a question I actually get a lot, which is, I don't know if you better answer because you haven't sold it, though you have thought about selling websites.
Yeah.
Why sell a website, and why not just keep it and keep? If it's making money, why not keep hold of it?
For me, it was going to be to release funds so I can scale quicker. But everyone's got their own rate. Like, I know one of my friends, he sold his site for, it was like 100 and something grand, and he's basically just backpacking Asia now. So he just...
Yeah, exactly. I think it depends on what you've got going on in your life, doesn't it? I mean,
exactly. He's a young lad, sold his site and went traveling. So
sometimes you need a lump sum, don't you? You want that lump sum because it might be because you want to go traveling. You might want to pay your mortgage off. You might want to invest in a brand new project that you're going to do differently, or maybe you're just bored of that website. You want something new and fresh.
And with a lot of your early sites, you'll make a ton of mistakes as well, whereas a buyer might not recognize them. I'm not saying stuff that'll kill the site in the future, as in drop all of its traffic, but you might say, I don't want to use that site anymore, I'll sell it and just make a new one with everything I've learned.
And use that money to make a site and do it even better because I know what I'm doing this time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Shaun, I'm going to let you go. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for all your questions. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I will give Shaun a little bit of a horn. Possibly the bicycle. Do join us in the Discord, in the which there's links to all these things below this stream, by the way. So the Discord, the Facebook group, and all that stuff. You'll find Shaun on his channel. You'll also find him in Black Hat World, Reddit. He's all around the place, so I'm sure you'll be able to catch him. I'm sure he'll be able to answer your comments as well on his videos. I don't know if you got to the point yet where the comments become overwhelming and
I can't see the chat from where I'm sitting anyway.
But yeah, no, I say if someone wants to drop you a question on one of your videos, drop me a comment. I'm sure you'll.
I'll try and answer every single question.
Yeah, great. So he's going to try.
It takes a bit of time, but I'll still try and do it.
Good. All right. Well, I'll see you later. I'm gonna quickly do a transition and just say goodbye over there. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Oof, I'm boiling hot here. Thank you all for joining me. I should have a video for you guys tomorrow. I'm still in the middle of editing it. It's an FAQ video. I've been going through some of the comments and kind of picking a few to answer in a video. So yeah, do check that out. Someone said don't forget the eagle. I never forget the eagle. He's always with us. But anyway, yeah. That's the end of the stream. I'm melting here. I'm going to go and jump in the shower. Do check out Shaun's channel. Really interesting guy. Doing really well. Killing it online. He's going to be hitting 10 grand, I think, really soon in terms of his online income. Thank you for the super chat, MMK. Really appreciate it. I'm still waiting for that picture of you in the t-shirt, remember? So do send me that. And the rest of you, I wish you the best of luck with your sites. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Let's go for the countdown. Thank you for the comment, the compliment on the t-shirt. So my wife says red's not my colour, but I think I'm rocking it okay tonight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you in the Facebook group and on the Discord. Bye bye. Oh, hang on. Wait, where's the button? See you later.